Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is what we're going to make today. We're going to make the envelope that goes with this card, and it just says inspiration on the bottom. So there's the envelope. And then here is your card. And it's a corner fold card, as you can see. And it just folds up. And I didn't make a belly band for mine because I'm going to put it straight in the envelope, so I didn't need one. But you can make a belly band for it if you want. But close it up, fits in the envelope perfectly. So we're going to show you how this is made and what all the products that we use. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8 by 8. And you're going to score at 4. And then rotate it one turn and score at 4 again. It's going to be all your scoring on the scoreboard. And now what you need to do is take your ruler and you're going to put right here where the score lines cross in the center. You're going to score from there down to this point. So you're just going to take your ruler, and it doesn't matter which one of these boxes you do because they're all identical. So just take your ruler and put it there and score down. There we go. Let mine slide a little bit, but I think it'll be alright. Okay, so we've got our score line in this one right here. So see, our score line is there that goes vertical. And now we're going to cut on this one on the right hand side. We're going to cut right across to the center right there. And cut it just as straight as you can, because part of this will show on the front of your card. So there we go. Now you can go ahead and fold. You could have folded before, like I've always said, you fold when it's easiest for you. I fold them after I do my cutting because it's just a little bit easier for me, but you do it any way that you want to. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of pre-fold that a little bit right there. And then, so what this is going to do, you're going to put this piece behind that one, just like that, and then this will fold up into there, and that's going to be your corner fold card, just like that. But what I'm going to do is on this piece right here, just so it sets down really well, I'm going to cut that score line out. All I'm cutting off is just that score line. So just a tiny little sliver from the bottom, and that will make it sit down on that other piece really even. So see, that is all I cut out. It's just that score line. Then when you start to sit it down, it sits down a lot more even. Okay, now we need some mats for these, and the mats are cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I have cut some out using the Havana paper pad, and I will link that below. We still have a few, I think there's still a few there, unless somebody has bought them since I've been on here. So I'm going to use that. I love those little birds in there. And then on this one, we need to split this in half. So I'm going to decide which way it's going to lay. And I really think it doesn't matter that much. Let's see. I think it'll be that way. And we'll split it in half right there. And I'm just going to use my trimmer. I'm going to put each point in there. And then just, I'm going to start in the middle so that I don't mess up the points. A lot of times when you try to go into a point like that, it'll mess it up. So just start in the center and it won't mess it up. So that's going to go there. So let's go ahead and put our mats down. So we have those mats down, and now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the back right there. So I'm just going to put a good amount of glue on here. And just make sure that you bring it right up to the back and it's even down here at the bottom. just like that. So there's your corner card, and then there's how it will fold up. Now we need to put our mat on the front. And I've chose this to go on the front. It does have some writing on there, so I'm going to try to make sure that I get the writing the right way up. So we have cut some pieces out of the paper pad. This is from the paper pad, and then I'm just going to back it in that, and that's going to go on the bottom right here. Now when you put this down, you're not going to be able to glue it all the way. You only need to glue it on the right side. And just make sure that when you close up, you know, it's going to go up in there. Not show out the top, something like that. So we're going to push it back to about right there. And then we're just going to glue this side down over here. So then when that closes up, that will go up in there and it doesn't show through the top. But it will also stay down that way. Now, you can put a little piece of Velcro under this if you want to. I may do that right before I close the card up for good. So that would hold that down when you open it up. But then I'm going to put, I cut this out of the paper pad too. It just says a grateful heart. And I'm going to put it on the side right here. Of course, you can decorate these up as much or as little as you want. That's just something that's strictly up to the individual. Alright, so that is going to get the inside for right now, and then we're going to do a little bit of decorating on the outside. Now, I have this stamp, and this is from 49 in Market, and I'll try to link it below. It's the Gabby word stamp, and I'm just going to use this one that says Inspiration. I'm going to stamp it on this little piece right here. Find my stamp block. I think that one will work. We're going to use some VersaFine ink. And try our best to get it centered without getting our head in the shot. There we go. Her stamp's so good. I love that. And that is her writing on these stamps too. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now this is just, this piece can be any size that you want. I'll show you in a minute why we're doing it like that. But first we're going to decorate this front up just a little bit. Now I used a new die that we just got in. It's from Pink Fresh, and it says Smile, and then it's got this foliage on it. So I just cut out some of that foliage, or little flowers I should say. And I cut them out twice. I cut them out in the green, and then I cut it out in the pink. We're just going to kind of place it around on here to make it look like a little bouquet. Alright, and then I'm just going to cut my little flowers off of this pink one and glue them right on top of those flowers. So there we go. We've got those little flowers on there. And then to keep these flowers from looking like they're floating in the air, which they are right now, we're going to put this little piece. It's just a little banner from the paper collection that says Lovely. I'm going to put that down, and I think I'm going to put it on a dimensional. I'm going to cut this and put it behind it, I do believe. Okay, so now it looks more like the flowers are coming out of that banner there. Okay, and we're going to put this right in here, and I'm just going to put it at an angle. I was going to put a belly band around here and put it on the front, but I don't think I'm going to do that. You can put a belly band on there if you want. It does matter. It's up to you. but I think it's going to stay closed well enough that I'm not going to need a belly band in there, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just got inspiration, a grateful heart, and then you exactly the way you are. I love that inside. And then I'll probably put a few little pieces of bling in there, and then on the outside we have this, which I really, really like. Now let's find some bling that we want to put on here. Then I think for my opening and my flowers, I'm just going to use these yellow pieces, because there is a tiny bit of yellow in these flowers right there. You can barely see it, but it's there. So I'm just going to put a couple of little pieces of yellow bling there. See if I can find a smaller one there. And one more. There we go. And then we're going to open it up, and on the inside I'm going to put some of this bling as well. So there we go. We've got the bling on the inside, and then close that up, and there is the outside. And like I said, you can do a belly band for this if you want. I'm not going to, because I'm going to stick it straight in the card, so I really don't think it's going to have one, because it stays closed that well. But you can make one if you want to do that. But I'm going to make the envelope and then put this in there, and it's ready to go. Okay, we're going to use the envelope punch board to make our envelope, and the card is a 4x4, so you just look up card size 4x4. It says to cut your paper 6 7/8 by 6 7/8 and score at 3.5. So we're going to put this in here at 3.5, punch, and let me get my scoring tool out. Put it back on 3.5. Okay. So we punched and score, and then put it on the score line, punch, score. Put it on, put this little point on your score line, punch and score, and then put that little point on the score line, punch and score. And then you can go ahead and round your corners if you want to. Okay, so here is our envelope. We're going to bring those two sides up, put some glue on this. And then I like to cut this little point right here off. You can leave it if you want, but I just like cutting it off. Makes my card go down in there easier, and it just kind of makes it flush a little bit better. So then you've got the top, and you can go ahead and stamp on here if you want. And I think I'll just stamp that inspiration on the front of this as well. Just like that. So there is your envelope. Here's your card. And go ahead and put this down in here. Fits perfectly. Plenty of room. And it's ready to go. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And when that little bell pops up, click that little bell so that you'll be notified every time that we put up a new video. Don't forget to subscribe, because soon we will be having our 20,000 subscriber giveaway, and you have to be subscribed in order to be entered. So we have cut some pieces out of the paper